kind of sounds.
I do the band on demand.
Band on demand, man.
We zitten hier in de club Monza, net na de Foreign Beggars optreden. Band on Demand, eerste keer met de Foreign Beggars. Hoe was de Band on Demand? Kijk. No, it's cool, it's cool. Anyway, one of the songs you did was with the Groningen.
Noisia.
And could you tell me how that came together?
Well, basically, like they were in France. They were in France. They were driving to a show, and someone gave them one of our albums on a tape, and they listened to it like from the airport on the way to the show, and they were like, "Wow, we kind of like these guys." So you know, like everything kind of linked up. They got in touch with us. We flew out to Groningen. We went to do a couple of tracks. And like we just had like an immediate chemistry, so you know we just decided to like keep on making tunes. And I think we've been out there what, like 4 times now, four or five times
basically.
And like that was I think the second session, and it's like we did like a couple of tracks at that point. I think we had around like 6 or 7 tracks that were completely finished, and we took a couple for our album. They took a couple for their album. And yeah, it's just a link up. I mean, like, I've only been to Rotterdam and I've been to Amsterdam briefly when I was like a teenager and shit. I've been to Groningen more times than I've been any motherfucker in this place, you know? So, yeah, it's fucking dope, you know? And yeah, it's good shit.
Basically, Groningen represents, yeah? Basically, Groningen, I mean, like, Final Frontiers, 12 Kilo Beats, yeah.
That's what I was gonna
and Noisia.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what a lot of people are like, you know, you
G-City Committee
with Noisia and stuff. There's also Red Naz. Red Naz is from Holland as well.
Milk Money Mafia.
Like, he produced 7 Figure Swagger. We play that in the set. We have the Bar 9 remix of that, and that's some Dutch shit right there. So
yeah, man. The next project we're making is called Dutch Step. Yeah, Dutch Step. Don't know. Yeah, bruv, we've been making it already. Don't know, man's been making Dutch Step since day. Yeah, let's spit it up, step. Yeah. Ernster, hard.
And I heard you've been like touring in the UK with the Prodigy.
No. Yeah. We did a few shows.
No, we did the Prodigy shit. It was crazy.
Don't know. Yeah, we did 10 dates with them all over the UK, and that was some incredible shit. Because you know that's one of the most legendary bands like to ever have existed, who are consistently in the top 10, dropping hardcore shit. Yeah, dropping hardcore tracks. So for us, it was obviously like it was a massive thing. Like I've got to be honest here. That was like the first time I've ever been like nervous to be on stage. Even more so than the first time I ever went on stage.
Church.
And that was like straight up like those guys. We met them. They were mad cool, mad safe. Brought us around with them. Shout out to Valerie for the Gangster 4 Seasons food treatment. And yeah, it was just.
If there was anyone who was your greatest inspiration in your career, who would it be?
A guy called Sia for Car. I love you, Sia, man.
Sia's for Car?
Yeah, Sia. Thank you, Sia, for everything you've done.
For
all the remixes.
Yeah, Petrified.
My biggest influence in hip hop music was a poet from London called Jacob Sam LaRose, who showed me about hip hop when I was about 12 years old and trained me how to freestyle, trained me how to MC, taught me all the like principles of being a good MC, told me to like be original, showed me how to be original. And I know that like, even to be honest, like I'm sure that guy doesn't even feel what I'm doing right now because he's so bang on his poetry shit. But like at the end of the day, like he is definitely my biggest influence in hip hop. And like every time I write a verse, I think about the things that he showed me when I was that age, and that's why I write the way I write and I do what I do. So Jacob Sam LaRose, thank you very much. That's some heartfelt shit right there, man. You see the tears? God damn.
I felt that shit. I got goosebumps. Look. That's deep, lad. I would say Simon Cowell on a reel. Because what Simon Cowell has done for music, we're the absolute complete and antithesis of that. You know what I mean?
No, he's control, man. He's control.
So like, you know, Simon, thank you for being the biggest wanker in music.
Everyone's around is kind of cool. I live in Brick Lane, next to Bungalow Town. That's why I get syllables. I got syllables.
Oh my God. I mean, really liked your style.
Thanks, man.
The way you got a real flow in it.
Sorry, to answer your question, I think that being in London and being surrounded by so much good music of like, you know, like really high standards across all boards, and so many music that like, so much music that actually originates from London, such as dubstep or such as grime, like whatever. I think that's a massive influence on us because, you know, you kind of feel, it's like I think London is a place that you can't really be like, you can't really rest on your laurels because there's always some new shit coming, there's always some hot shit coming, and if you don't step your game up and kind of like, you know, step up to bat, man, you're just gonna get left behind.
Basically,
that kind of drives us.
Exactly. In London, like you have all these people who are from London who are inspirational in terms of music. You're like, oh, this guy's a fucking hero, superhero.
Anything,
like all of
man,
these people who are fucking kicking it to like levels that you're like, oh my god, I live like 5 minutes away from this guy. He's traveling all the. But things like you see the reality of their lifestyle, and you see the reality of like what they dedicate to their music, and the fact it doesn't really equate to like this US existence. You know what I'm saying? Because in the US you can do certain things, make a couple of moves. You can be some whack ass rapper with some fucking grills and a speech impediment, and you've got chains for days. You can sell your chains and feed the family for the rest of their life. You know what I mean? Like, but in London it's like, it's different because people are making some serious fucking progressive music and doing it because they love it. They're not really getting paid. You know what I mean? They're getting paid enough to be able to make some more music, but that's about it. And that's what really inspires us. The fact that that's the reality and the actual music they're creating is...
Yeah, and it's like differently as well. London is, I'm sorry, but living in London is a grimy fucking lifestyle. Unless you're fucking balling, that shit is fucking hard. And if you're gonna make music living in London, like if you don't come correct, like the hunger just drives you to just fucking.
All right, we're here in Utrecht, all up on TV. But before we came to the show today, we had to like spit on our t-shirts and wipe our shoes so they look clean for the show. That's how balling it is. You know what I mean? Like,
straight up.
Yeah. Don't know. I did that this morning in the fucking sink.
What,
Shoes I didn't even wear.
What's your opinion on Band on Demand?
I think it's a fucking beautiful thing that they're doing, man. It's so we've only played in Groningen before. I think these guys had a one show up in Amsterdam once.
We played in Amsterdam, we played in Rotterdam, but he's played in Eindhoven, but we played like some places where it was random. But this is the first time, like after the Eurosonic Festival, this is the first time like there's been like a connection between, because like we live in London and we do what we do, but we don't necessarily have the means to connect with the people in Utrecht, for example. We've never been here before. Band on Demand put it on, and it was like suddenly there's like all the people who want to be here, and we want to be here, and you know we did the show, and it's like it's a real connection between the artists and the people, and it's on. Band on Demand, thank you very much. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously, you know it's all a bit like, you know what I mean? No, seriously. Yo, share.
Give the people what they want.
Share.
Give the people what they want.
Church. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? Somebody else could have put us on in Utrecht, but like, I don't know if half of the people who wanted to be here today would have been here. So you know what I mean? Like, Band on Demand. Thank you very much. Band on Demand.
Fans and bands.
Connection. Fans and bands come together. Yo, church. Yo, can I get a hell yeah?